Welcome everyone to another video from Denise, aka Love for My Curls here. I hope everyone's had a good week so far. So as I always say at the start, I'm just following a bit of a theme here. But to be honest, you know what? I'll start off by saying thank you to all my viewers, thank you to all my subscribers. So far, really loving the support, really appreciate the support. So thank you so much. All my subscribers and my viewers have really encouraged me and motivated me to keep making these videos for you all. So thank you so much. Just like to start off by saying that. So again, I'm following a bit of a theme here. I'm talking about my wash day routine. So I've been talking about my cleansers, my conditioners, my deep conditioners, my leave-ins, my curl defining creams, and my gels and my mousses as well. Even though I'm more of a gel girl, to be honest with you. But today I wanted to talk about the sealing oils. Now, I know not everyone is a fan of oils. I know some people prefer to not use an oil. Some people prefer to use an oil. Obviously, it all depends really. But what I've learned along the way and through experimenting on my own hair as well is that sealing my hair personally is so good. So when I mean by sealing, I mean all that goodness that you've put into your hair during your wash day routine, all the moisture from the deep conditioner, the leave-in conditioner, the curl defining creams, if you don't trap that in, it will escape and it will evaporate from your hair really quickly. So a sealing oil at the end just kind of like locks everything in. It's like a trap door, so to speak. It just traps everything in and doesn't let it out. Don't get me wrong, the moisture will evaporate, but it will slow down the evaporation rate as opposed to not having a sealing oil. So yeah. So I guess my fear when I think of oils, well, how I used to think of oils was that it was going to be too greasy, it was going to weigh my hair down. Don't get me wrong, I can feel a little bit of the oiliness, but I have obviously tried different sealing oils and I've found the ones that work for me and my hair type. So I've got some favorites on the table today that I'm going to go through. But I'd like to just firstly start off by, what does a sealing oil mean versus a moisturizing oil? Because you can get a moisturizing oil and a sealing oil and they kind of do two different things. So when I talk about a moisturizing oil or oils, moisturizing oils penetrates the hair shaft. They moisturize the hair from within and they soften and strengthen their hair as well. So I would say moisturizing oils are better suited for when you're doing a pre-poo, for instance. So before you wash your hair, and in order to prevent, it is actually hydral fatigue is a different concept in itself. And this is when, so when I say hydral fatigue, this occurs when the hair swells from repeated and excessive swelling and deswelling of the hair cuticle when it's taken on too much water. So the most water that your hair normally gets throughout the week is your wash day routine. Because obviously you're in the shower, you're washing your hair. And I used to think that having lots of water in my hair was a good thing because I always heard, water is moisture and so on and so forth. Yes, moisture is good. Water is good to a certain degree, but too much water can actually damage your hair and its hair and your hair fibers. So what would be a good point of call is actually using a moisturizing oil, which again I can talk about in a separate video. But moisturizing oils, for example, are coconut oil, babasu oil. They're my favorite. So if I really want to prevent all that hydral fatigue, then I do tend to kind of steer towards those oils. You can leave it on for a few hours, maybe half an hour before you wash your hair, or even overnight might be better as well. And obviously just put a plastic cap over your hair so you're not getting oil all over your bed sheets and your pillowcase. But that's really good. And actually that keeps the moisture intact for longer as well. So I've kind of experimented with that as well, and that's kind of helped. But again, I can talk about that in a separate video. But today, mainly I want to talk about the sealing oils. So when I talk about sealing oils, they don't penetrate the hair shaft. They seal and lock in moisture. They act as a protective coat and they provide shine. So kind of different from the moisturizing oils that are meant to penetrate the hair. This kind of just stays on top. So when I obviously go back to the kind of the trapdoor, so to speak, example. That's what I mean. It kind of like locks in all the moisture and keeps it from evaporating so quickly. So yeah, so a few examples are grapeseed oil, Jamaican black castor oil, jojoba oil, and soybean oil as well. So there are a few examples, but there's some others as well. So the ones that I have on the table that I like to use, firstly, is by Rooted Treasure, and it's the organic Jamaican black castor oil, 100% natural, which looks like this. Yeah, and I can only get this on their website. So I haven't found it anywhere else. I think they used to sell it on Amazon, but I can only find it on their website as well. And what I love about this Jamaican black castor oil, I think for me personally, maybe I'm being a bit biased here, but I think this is one of the best because firstly, the smell just smells so organic and natural. It just smells like just roasted nuts. Really, really strong smell of roasted nuts. So again, if you don't like that smell, you might not like this. And look at the color. Oh my gosh. So if you look at the color, look at that. Oh my gosh, dripping down. But yeah, do you see how dark in color that is? That is really, really dark in color. And I've tried different brands of Jamaican black castor oil. I've tried I think the Sunny Isle one, and some other brands as well. But I find that this one, when I've compared the color, I found that this is the most darkest in color. So I feel like this is the more purest one. And it's quite pricey for this size. So this size is 4 fluid ounces, and I paid about, I think, between 17 and £22 or something like that. On their website. So yes, it's pricey, but you know what? You the quality is there. The quality is there, and this is for me the proper authentic Jamaican black castor oil. So how I like to use this, so I found that castor oil is quite good for the scalp as well, so really good for like the thinning edges as well. So I've used it on my edges before, or some thinning spots on my hair. I've also used it as obviously a sealing oil. So what I do, I just pour a little bit, because obviously a little bit goes a long way. And I just put it on my hair straight after I finish styling my hair. So when I mean finish styling my hair, I've diffused my hair, it's all dry, and that's it. And the last step is the oil, because obviously that seals everything in. Or I use it during the week. So let's just say I do a refresh and I add maybe a moisturizer or something along them lines. I will then seal all that in with this oil. So it's really, really good. Don't get me wrong, it's a little bit sticky, but it just feels rich, and it doesn't feel like, I've tried other brands of Jamaican black castor oil and I find that they're a little bit more greasy. So I find that this one seems to be the most purest one, but it's not as greasy. It is heavy though. That's why I say only use a little bit. You only need a little bit, especially if you've got fine hair. I only use a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. So this is something that I love. It has lasted me so long. Yeah, it's amazing, and the smell is really nutty. Oh, it just smells so good. So definitely one that I would recommend for sure in terms of being one of the best Jamaican black castor oils out there, to be honest with you. And it says organic Jamaican black castor oil, so yeah, and I definitely believe it is organic. The next one I have on the table, which is a slightly different, because it's more of a pomade than it is an oil, but it has got oils in here. So it's by Oyen Handmade. It's the burnt sugar shine and seal pomade, which looks like this. Yeah, so this one's an interesting one because yeah, it's just in this tub, and I've used a little bit. It's only because it's a new one. And in terms of the smell, it literally smells like burnt sugar. Like literally, the name speaks for itself. It smells like burnt sugar. If anyone has smelt that perfume by Aquilina, yeah, that smells so similar. Really, really kind of like burnt sugar, cotton candy kind of smell. Oh, it smells lovely, really, really lovely. And in terms of the consistency, it's quite thick in consistency. It's quite thick. Obviously that's the color. So like an off kind of, I don't know, beige color, I would say, type of color. Yeah, so it's really, really good. And in terms of the ingredients, we've got here, so we've got a mixture of seeding oil. So we've got castor seed oil, soybean oil, So yeah, so there's some other oils in here as well. So yeah, no, really, really, really nice. Broccoli seed oil, which is interesting. I've never heard of that before. So yeah, so maybe that's why it's got a little bit, for me, it looked a bit off, slightly off green. But no, it's really, really nice. The smell is lovely. You only need a little bit as well, just like the Rooted Treasure organic Jamaican black castor oil. Only a little bit you need, and just kind of like how I like to use it. Again, everyone's different. I just like to smooth a little bit on my hands, and then I just like to just run it through my hair, just like that, just softly. I don't like to pack on too much on my hair, on my hands, because obviously my hair will be too weighed down and greasy, but it just kind of locks everything in. So really, really nice one as well. So this is a new tub for me, because I really, really like the Oyen handmade brand, and I really like this. It retailed for about between £10 and £15 in the UK, so really, really, really nice. Love the smell, and the ingredients are good as well, so another good one as well. So I think this one is more good if you like something a little bit lighter. It's not as heavy as the Jamaican Black Castor Oil by Rooted Treasure, so that is a good one, definitely a good one. Another brand that I love Camille Rose. Camille Rose. So yeah, I cannot pronounce this for the life of me. So I don't think I'm gonna try. I mean, I can obviously show you the bottle. So I'm gonna try Nan Gal and Tsubaki Strength Restore Hair Oil. Sorry everyone. If you are thinking, what is she talking about? That's how I read it and that's how I pronounce it. So yeah, so this is another good oil. In terms of the consistency, this one is quite runny. As you can see, it's quite a runny oil. Definitely the thinnest so far as well. And obviously it's in this kind of packaging. So it's obviously really, really runny. But I really do like these tops because then it just kind of prevents the spillage. So I just kind of tie it up like that. And in terms of the smell, ooh, it smells kind of like herbally and nutty as well. So it's got a mixture of nutty and herbally smell. So it's really, really nice. And in terms of the ingredients, there is sesame seed oil, there's soybean oil, there's macadamia seed oil, there's rose hip seed oil, argan kernel oil, which again is another sealing oil as well. So no, it's really, really good. Really nice. And it's got rosemary oil. Yes, that's why I can smell the herbally effect as well. So this is good. And I love Camille Rose. I really love the brand. Love the brand. And in terms of the retail price, because so this retailed for about I would say about between 12 and £17 in the UK. So it's really, really nice. And what I like about this is that this is quite light. So I like using this on my daughter's hair to seal everything in. So again, I follow the same method like myself, where at the end of the wash day routine for my daughter's hair, I like to use an oil just to seal everything in, and on the refresh days as well. So I like using this when I just want a really light sealant. It will still seal my hair in with the moisture, don't get me wrong, but it's very light, so I don't want anything too heavy. So this is nice. I love the smell. I love this. I saw it on another YouTuber's channel, to be honest with you. So I was like, oh, I was intrigued, like I do, being a product junkie. So I definitely want to try it out. And I really, really like it. And I love the brand. Camille Rose is a good brand in itself. So yeah, it's another good one as well. And I love the fact that it's for the hair and scalp, so you can use it on the scalp as well. And it's good for breaking, damage, and splitting hair. So that's quite nice. So yeah, I love this one. So yeah, this is another good one in my stash as well. Okay, so this might be hit and miss for some people because this has got silicones in it. So if you are a person that doesn't like silicones, you won't like this oil. But I like this one personally. I used it years ago, and for me, it kind of works better on my straight hair. So when I do my straight hair routine, I like to use this before I blow dry it because it makes my blow drying shiny and smooth. It's very, very, very good serum. Um, Also, it just smells so nice. It smells like a perfume. So you might be thinking, what is she talking about? What's this product? So it's actually by Moroccan Oil. It's Moroccan Oil Treatment. So it looks like this, and that's the box. I'll just take out the packaging. So yeah, it looks like this. So I only bought the small one because being a product junkie, I don't feel like I need the big bottle, because I don't really straighten my hair that much, and also a little bit of this goes a long way. So I like this. I like this. In terms of the consistency, so yes, it's a bit runny. Yes, it's a bit runny. So it's a little bit similar to the Camille Rose, but maybe slightly thicker. And in terms of the ingredients, yes, we have got dimethicone in it, so silicone. We've got argan kernel oil in there as well. We've got linseed or extract as well. So what I like about this, and why I call this a sealing oil, is because it's got the dimethicone, so it kind of like seals everything in, and it's got the argan kernel oil as well, which again is another sealant. So I really like this. I don't think it's too heavy. For me personally, I don't feel like it builds up on my hair. I know a lot of people might be a bit worried about using things that have got silicone in it because of the build up. But this doesn't build up on my hair. It makes my hair feel nice and smooth. I love the smell. So if I'm looking for something that smells like a little bit of a more exotic perfume, I'd want to go for this. And to be honest, it works. My hair feels moisturized. The moisture lasts for a few days. To be honest, all these products make my hair stay moisturized for a few days, to be honest with you, before I need to refresh it. So this is another one as well. But in terms of kind of the choices that I make when it comes to my sealing oils, it depends on, again, my mood. So it depends on what, kind of like the kind of smells I'm looking for. So again, the Oil Handmade is more that kind of burnt sugar, sweet smell. This is more of a perfume, exotic smell. So it just depends again what I'm looking for. Obviously the Jamaican black castor oil is more nutty. Yeah, and it depends on the products as well. So if I've used something that's a little bit more heavier, I might want to use a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of a heavier oil just to keep everything in. If I've used something a little bit lighter, so obviously I want more of maybe a fluffy look to my curls, I'll probably want to go for something a little bit more lighter so that my hair doesn't feel too weighed down. So that's how I do it, to be honest with you. I'm not saying you have to do that, but that's how I like to make a decision when it comes to the sealing oils that I like to use throughout the week. So I like this one, and to be honest, this is readily available. I mean, but this is everywhere in terms of the sites here in the UK personally. So I paid for this size, which is 25 milliliters. I paid about between 15 and £20 for this little bottle, and I've used this about, I don't know, about 6 or 7 times now, and kind of not even halfway, to be honest with you. So this would definitely last me a long time. I like it, and definitely if I'm looking to do a straight hair routine, which I will do one day, I will film that routine for everyone. Then I like to use this before I blow dry my hair, because obviously it's got the dimethicone. It's kind of like a heat protectant as well, so it's really nice. So I love this. I really like it. Okay, and the last one I have here is by Curlsmith. So, which I mentioned in one of my previous videos as well. I think my first video about my curly hair journey is the Curlsmith fragrance-free shine oil, which looks like this. And again, when I mentioned in that video as well, I love the packaging. It just reminds me of like a perfume bottle. I just love it. I love it. I just feel like when I look at this, I'm like, just even looking at it makes me want to use it. So I really like it. Again, when I was watching some YouTubers talking about it, I just had to try it as well, because they did mention it's quite a light oil, so I wanted to try it myself. I was a little bit skeptical though whether this was going to be a sealing oil, moisturizing oil. So I wasn't sure, because it's got a couple moisturizing oils in here. But from reading the instructions, it does say that you can use it it does seal the cuticle, and it locks in moisture. So I was thinking, and it's non-greasy, so I was thinking, okay, it probably could work as a sealing oil, so let me try this. And I actually did contact Curlsmith myself, and they did actually say you could use it as a sealing oil. So I thought, okay, let me try it. So yeah, so in terms of the color, it's kind of like a golden, yeah, like a golden color, isn't it? Golden color. So yeah, and in terms of the packaging, let me try and get, so you just and like squeeze it out like this. So yeah, it's quite light. As you can see, it's quite light. So it's got the dropper, which is really, really nice as well. So it kind of makes things a little bit tidier. So it's quite light. It feels quite smooth. And in terms of being greasy, it's definitely not greasy. Out of all the oils that I'm talking about today, this is definitely by far one of the lightest oils. Also the Camille Rose as well. This one definitely is very, very light. And what I like about this as well is that it hasn't got any fragrance. So for those of you that are a little bit sensitive when it comes to fragrance on your hair, this would be a good one because it hasn't got no fragrance to it. I mean, let me just double check. Yeah, for me, it doesn't. It maybe has a slight bit of fragrance. I mean, in terms of the ingredients, so it's got watermelon seed oil, which is quite interesting. Um, and it's got olive oil. It's got shea butter in it. So yeah, and it's got a sea blackthorn fruit oil. So maybe that's the smell, but it's very, very light in the smell. So definitely it's not overpowering at all. It's quite light. So again, if you're looking for that light oil that can really seal in your hair, this might be the one to go to. Out of all the oils, it's probably one of the most expensive. I paid about £25 for this in the UK. So yeah, so it's the most expensive oil, but to be honest, it has got some quality ingredients in it, and I trust Curlsmith when it comes to the brand, what they stand for, and also the ingredients that they use. So definitely, you can definitely trust that there's some good quality ingredients in their brand, and definitely in this oil as well. So it's really, really nice in terms of sealing in that moisture. It's really light. In terms of wanting something that kind of has an overpowering smell, again, definitely not this one. If you're looking for something that kind of smells a little bit more, I would definitely say go for the Oyen, which has that burnt sugar smell. I would say is definitely more to go to, but in terms of this one, it's really light and yeah, ticks all the boxes. So I definitely would say this is probably more geared towards fine hair, but again, thicker textures can use it if you just want something a little bit lighter, something that's got some good quality ingredients in it. Again, all these have got good quality ingredients in it. So yeah, so I definitely like this brand and this oil as well. So definitely the one to go to. But in terms of my absolute favorite, I would definitely say the Camille Rose one is really, really good because it's really light and I love the smell, that kind of like herbal and nutty smell, and I love the brand as well. Love, love, love it. And obviously I can use it on my daughter's hair as well, so it's kind of like versatile. Or I choose to use it on my daughter's hair. Not saying that the others you can't, but I like using that. And then the Rooted Treasure one is really, really good if you want like a complete the door is shut type of sealant, is really, really good. But again, it's a little bit heavier, so it depends on what kind of mood you're in. And again, it's quite heavy on the nutty smell, so it just depends really. So yeah, so those are my oils, my sealing oils. Those are the ones that I like using. Again, I did mention about the moisturizing oils previously, so maybe I'll talk about that in a separate video where I can talk about my pre-poo routine as well. I don't always pre-poo, but for the times that I do pre-poo, I can definitely talk through that routine with you as well. So that's it for me when it comes to sealing oil. So I really, really hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions for me, please comment below. Let me know if you have any questions, any recommendations for future videos. Again, I'm here to take on board any comments, so please feel free to share that with me below. Again, all the products that I've mentioned in today's video can be found in the description below, so definitely check that out. And yeah, I'll definitely be making more videos. And again, thank you so much to everyone for supporting me and my channel and my journey as well. So all the best. Thank you again, and take care wherever you're located today. And yeah, signing out. Love from my curls. Take care. Bye bye.